Welcome to our system integration exam project. Let's start off by discussing our business case. Frankly, it's actually quite simple. So just imagine you're a web shop who wants to show some products, wants the customer to be able to create some orders, and also when they create those orders, you want to add a specific shipping price. Additionally, if the order price exceeds a certain threshold, you want to go in and manually approve the order or decline it. And when that happens, you want to make sure to notify your customer via a mailing service so that they know that their order has been processed. So now let's look at our actual solution and take a deeper look into the actual architecture of the project. In this overview, we can see the different services that we have in our project. You can see the microservices marked in blue and the necessary Eureka and application gateway marked in orange. And on the right side, we have our currency API as our web service, then a mail service as a standalone service for itself. Our product service handles all the different CRUD operations for products, orders, and warehouses. The shipping service is a service where we use a legacy system from PostNord and web scrape it in order to get the shipping prices of the different orders. And the last microservice is our order approval microservice, where we use Camunda to approve the different orders, and we use RabbitMQ to report back to the different users and systems once a review has been processed. Okay, so now let's demo our project. First off, let's start by looking at how we are starting the Eureka service. We're doing this by running the Java command, as you see here, and the Eureka service starts up. Now we want to start our individual microservices. First off, we start the product service, and we can see it registers in the Eureka server above. We start our shipping service, and the same thing happens. It registers once it's completed, like that. And then we have our order approval, which is also registered, as you can see. And finally, we start our gateway, and we can also see it registers to the left. And if we go into our Eureka overview, then we can see the 4 different applications here under applications. And we're now ready to try to call our gateway. So if we go into Insomnia and call our product/all, we get a full list of all the products in our catalog. So if we take this order ID from the order product 0, then we can go into our other endpoint where we create orders, and we can paste it into the product ID field to indicate that we want to buy this specific product. Then we can add an amount, just 1, and add an email here, like that. And because we decided to use a exchange converter for our web service, we add this curparam currency with the euros. And then when the order is placed, we expect it to return that currency or that total price in that specific currency. So now we're ready to show our mail service here. If we start the mail service on the mail Dora at mail.com, we can see it starts up, and this is similar to logging into your mail as a customer in real life. So now we're ready to actually place the order as the customer, and since we're using the web scraping for getting the shipping price, this takes a lot of time, so we will just fast forward here. And eventually we get our response where we can see the total price, which is the 1364. That is the price of the product plus the shipping. And we can also see the converted currency and the actual converted price, total price here. Now we can move on to show how we have used Camunda in our project. To do this, we have to create an order that is above 2,500 Danish kroners in order to trigger our Camunda flow. So if we now take this product that is above the 2,500 and order it on dora@mail.com and fast forward, of course, because it's very slow. Then we can also see here in the response that confirmed is false. We can also just create a second order and also with the confirmed false. If we go now into Camunda, but first start up the mail services, then we can try to refresh. Now we see 2 user acceptance tasks. And if we approve this one, we will see that the order with the ID has been approved of 3,121 Danish kroners. And with the second one, if we don't approve it, we should see that it declined. Yeah, our order of the same price. Now it's time to show how we've implemented the RESTful service. So on our gateway, if we go to products/all, then we can see on each product we have this hypermedia link that directs to the actual product with a self-reference, as we can see here, and with a reference to the actual warehouse that the product is stored in. Here we can also see all the products in the warehouse once we reach this endpoint, and we can click this to get back to one of the products. And this is how we've implemented our RESTful service. At last, we want to show how we've implemented logging. In our project, we have a logs.txt file, and right now we can see it's empty. So we want to force the application to throw an error. And since we have good error handling, we are just removing the field here and sending the request. And then we can see we get an error message that tells us to include everything. And also we get the status code 400. And now this has appeared in our logs.txt file, which is of course stored locally. But if we scroll to the right here, then we can see here we have the status 400 code together with our message. Thank you for watching the video.